you money. Once he gives you money, that thing is called financial vehicle. So you are looking forward to survive. That relationship with every financial vehicle with you, this is you here, is transactional. What do you call it? Transactional. So with this kind of relationship, you can survive. Tell not survive. You can earn a living. So you can survive. You can earn a living. So we say that it's not just good to survive, because if you are surviving, your life is at risk. Anything that happens to you happens to everything. So if you are surviving, you cannot live a life of fulfillment. Yeah, you cannot fulfill purpose. So create another kind of relationship that has to do with building people. It has to do with building a team. It has to do with building organization. It has to do with building a community or a business family. So this kind of relationship is called transformational. What do you call it? Transformational. A relation that transforms people's lives. So you have to use a key called leadership. Leadership skill as a skill. So with this kind of relationship, you can earn a fortune. Ten of fortune. You can actually earn a residual income. So we said that for you to actually fulfill purpose in life, you must be intentional about building a relationship that has to do with transforming people's life, that has to do with impact creation, that has to do with transforming and making people live, empowering people to inspire them to become more. So the most important factor in all this my drawing is you. Touch yourself, say me. Don't your name, tell them you. That is the most important factor here. So the most important factor is you, the factor is me. So you can actually do more in life if you actually improve yourself, because wealth never exceeds personal development. So you are the one that will improve yourself, and every other thing will improve. The moment you grow, every other thing will do what? Grow. And that is why today we started a topic 3 days ago, and it's very interesting. So we'll try and wrap up today. And the topic says strategy for business growth, right? Strategy for business growth. We have been talking about strategy. So that first thing first, we said that a strategy is a military word, not a business word. So what they mean by strategy means that military, army man, military, they normally use it. So what they do is that they win the war before they engage in the battle. Strategy. So we said that for you to be successful in life, you must think like a military person. For you to use the word strategy is all about winning the war before they engage in the battle. So we said that the reason why people die in the act of making money is that they don't know that money does not deliver what it promises. So he went and said 3 framework for strategy. 3 framework. That's what we discussed. 3 framework for strategy. So the number 1 framework we discussed is vision. Tell me vision. We say vision is what and who you want to achieve. So what do you want to achieve? Who do you want to become in achieving that? Is the ultimate grand picture of what you are about to do at the moment you are starting up a business or engage in a venture. So we said mission is for you to deploy all processes. So we said is how you're going to deploy all your strategies to achieve the grand vision. Mission is the process of how you are going to achieve the vision. So we now say core values are the values you are not ready to compromise in achieving that your vision, like integrity, like character, and all of that. So we discussed all this some days ago and yesterday again. So we're now going to say that for you to achieve your purpose, for you to achieve your business, for you to achieve successful growth in your life, in your business, you must learn and understand the 2 levels of definition. So we have the first one, statutory definition, defining something for what it is, regardless of culture, religions, and all of that. So the second one is functional definition, defining something for the reason of what that thing can do, right? So we say that so the concept of your knowledge determines the approach to knowledge. Learn how to learn, because it will help you to unlearn and do what? Relearn. We discussed all those ones. So we now went ahead and discussed about that the essence of business is to develop a city, the human mind, body, society to live a better life. So we went ahead and also discussed that for you to actually succeed, if wealth is by muscles and physical strength, then Wheelbarrow Pusher will be the richest in the world. So it's not by strength, it's not by muscles. So we now say, okay, what is it then? We say it's a mental thing. And we say, what happens to the mind? We say mind is naturally lazy. So some people can be working hard physically, but mentally they're lazy. So we said that some people we have people that are hard-working, lazy people. So laziness is not a physical thing, but a mental thing. If it's a physical thing, then those that sell gala at the traffic light and the roadside, they would have become so successful today. We say when you engage so much at the implementing level, or you are working hard with your strength to make money, you are functioning at the lowest level of human activities. So we went ahead and we stopped it. We said wealth is not in a place, wealth is in people. Wealth is not in US, UK, Canada. Wealth is anywhere you see people live. That's why we stopped yesterday now. Yes or yes? So let's start something today. So write this down now. Your ability to find the things you can give. Your ability to find the things you can give human being. Your ability to find the things you can give human being, to compel and persuade them to part with their value, bracket money. Your ability to find out things you can give to human beings, value. Your ability to find value you can impact in the life of people, that will compel them and persuade them to part with their value, bracket money. Your ability to sit down, to think. We said if you can hold a thought for a long time, it becomes an idea. Hold an idea for a long time in your mind, it becomes what? A value. Hold value for a long time, think, calculate, meticulously plan, it becomes product or service. So your ability to find out the things you can give human beings, to compel them and persuade them to part with their value, which is money. Part with their value, which is money. Your ability to find out the things you can impact people's life. Either it's going to be spiritual things, either it's going to be physical things, what is going to be the mind things. So whatever you can provide that solves a problem in the society, of course, that will impact lives, and that will compel them and persuade them to part with their value, which is money. So if you cannot sit down, articulate, calculate what you can give, because yesterday we said you must bring value to the table before you can take value out of the table. So you must actually think of how to add value to people's life, how you can impact your world, how you can create the life you want, and that will improve the lives of people and make a city better. If you cannot sit down and do that, you're not ready to be rich. I say your ability to find out the things you can give human beings, to compel and persuade them to part with their value, which is what? Money. So if you are 25 years and above here, you have a lot of way to go, because we know in schools courses like marketing, business, even engineering is 5 years. So if it takes you 5 years to graduate from a course, then if you are taking wealth as a course, in 5 years, 3 to 5 years is okay for you to become wealthy, at least for you to understand what to do and do the things you do. Because if you know something and you don't do it, that means you don't know it. So write this one and say, when you are surviving, your life is at stake. When you are surviving means that you are doing something just for the purpose of making money. That thing starts and ends with you. Your energy is involved, your strength is involved. When you are surviving, your life is at stake, because anything that happens to you happens to the whole system. So when you are surviving, your life is at stake. Okay? I say when you succeed in life is when your resources is at stake, not your life. Resources. That means your built people, your systems, your strategies is at stake, and not you as a person. That means the system you built, community you build, who you build, system you build is the one that is at stake, not you. The structure, the discipline you build is at stake. When you are surviving, your life is at stake. When you succeed in life, your resources is at stake, not your life. That means you're not making money alone from your effort. You are making money by leveraging on automation and delegation. Automation on technology, delegation on people. That's when you know that you are successful in life. When your life is not at stake, and the source of making money doesn't depend on you. So I say when you are surviving, your life is at stake. When you succeed in life, your resources is at stake. Full stop. I say build a system that generates income without your personal input. Build a system that generates income without your personal input. Sit down, articulate, calculate, meticulously plan how you can build a system that will generate income for you without your personal input. If what you must suffer in life, suffer to build a system that generates income for you. If you must suffer to get money, then suffer to build systems, suffer to build value that generates income for, suffer to buy assets that generates income for you. Don't suffer for money directly, because whether you like it or not, suffer and suffer. Whether you make the money or not, you still suffer. I said, when you build a system that generates income without your build a system that generates income without your personal input. Dangote, Elon Musk, $10, name them, Montesquieu, What Beach Hotel, they all build something that generates income for them without their personal input. That is when you can sit down and say, okay, the greatest asset in life is human being. Even Christ came to die for that same human being. So build people that generate income, build people, impact their life, that they don't have any choice to go and bring their friends and families to also come and enjoy what they are enjoying. So when you have come to that extent, then you are sure that you are beginning to achieve your financial dreams of independence. Okay, so write this one and say, if you are working for the sole purpose of making money, then you have a job and not work. If you are working for the sole purpose, that is a major reason why you are waking up every morning, is just to make money, no other thing, then you have a job and not a work. You have a job and not a work. I say, in work you create value, in job you trade other people's value. If you are working for the sole purpose of making money, then you have a job and not a work. If you're waking up in the morning, the purpose of doing this is just to make money, then you have a job. You have a job, not a work. Full stop. In work, you create value. In job, you trade other people's value. That's what happened. So if you're working for the sole purpose of making money, then you have a job and not a work. In work, you create value. In job, you trade other people's value. So, if you just wake up in the morning, the reason why you are standing up, the reason why you took your bed this morning is just to come and make money. Then you have a job, because not a work. Because in work, you create value. In work, you create value. In job, you trade other people's value. So, people that are working in Champion Breweries, NNPC, Dangote Refinery, Dangote Cement Industry, automobile industry, they just wake up in the morning. They are not the one that create the value there. So they tell them what to do, instructions. So they look like a routine. That is job. Wake up, do this, do this, do this, do this, and that's all. But you cannot sit down and say, okay, I have a team in mind. I want to build my team, give my team a team name. You need to sit down your thinking chain, mentally win the battle before you physically engage mentally win the war before you physically engage in the battle. Go out and then think of how to create value. Turn of value. Yeah, so I've been saying over and over again, we call it value addition. So I say in work, you create what? Value. In job, you trade other people's value. So tell your neighbor, work. Oh. Okay, now look at this very well. We have been saying this over and over again. We said teaching brings awareness. Teaching brings awareness. In teaching brings awareness. So awareness, okay? And we said that relationship, that is mentorship relationship, that relationship brings discipline. Relationships bring discipline. Relationships, that is brackets, mentorship. Mentorship kind of relationship bring discipline. So, and we said community builds wealth. Community brings wealth or builds wealth. So you cannot become wealthy as a person. You can become rich as a person. You only become wealthy at a community. So you can only become a wealthy man by building people, building a team, organization. Anything you are doing with transactional, and you have plenty of money. You work for the government, you finally become a permanent secretary, and there's a lot of projects allocated to your department as a permanent secretary. So you stole a lot of money in Nigeria, you got a lot of money, and then you just become rich because you never build people intentionally, never build organization. I mean, the day they remove you, this thing ends. So you can see in teaching, while I'm teaching like this training, you have an awareness of things that you're supposed to do. But if I did not hold you responsible and accountable through a mentorship kind of relationship, you will not be disciplined. So I'm going to say something to you today, going to struck your mind, but let's take some notes as we move on, because I want us to achieve maximum results. Results in all we do, right? Is that teaching is not enough because it only opens up your awareness of possibility. Teaching is not enough. Teaching and training is not enough because it only opens your awareness of possibilities. Teaching is not enough. Teaching and training is not enough because it only open your awareness of possibilities. What could happen to you? What could happen in your financial life? So by the time you come and sit down in the environment under your pastor, under your bishop, under anybody that is teaching and training you, it opens your awareness of possibilities. What could possibly happen in your life? How you can possibly become a millionaire, how you can possibly achieve all your dreams, how you can possibly impact other people's life, how you can live a life of purpose, how you can live a life of contributing and connecting with people to make their life better. So I say teaching and training is not enough. It only opens your awareness of what? Possibilities. Full stop. Mentorship relationship is where you take the principles you learn in teaching and training and observe the practice of those principles. Mentorship relationship is where you take the principles you learn in teaching and training and observe the practice of those principles. So it is in relationship you take the teachings. Mentorship relationship is where you take the principles you learn in teachings and training and observe the practice of those principles. So in a relationship like this, we teach today and we say, okay, let's go and apply the principles you learn in that teachings I gave. Let's put it to practice. Let's do KPI. Let's do SGS. So it is where it's only accountability happen at the level of mentorship. Accountability happen at the level of relationship. So you're now going to take the principles you learn, because everything you learn in teaching and training is called awareness. It's going to give you awareness. All those principles is good, like the law of gravity. Anything you throw, it jumps up, will come down, but you must be the one to throw it. So you must observe somewhere that threw it and the thing comes down. So I said teaching is not enough because it only opens your awareness of what? Possibilities. Mentorship relationship is where you take the principles you learn in teaching and training and observe the practice of those principles. And observe the practice. So if you don't observe someone who is living that life of principle, it will be difficult for you to practice it. So it's happened in mentorship relationship. I come back again. I say mentorship relationship is where you take the principles you learn in teachings and training and observe the practice of those principles. Full stop. Are you still with me?
Yes.
I say when you practice a principle, it becomes discipline. When you practice a principle, it becomes discipline. That means I can read all the things, read all the books you want to read, cram it you want to cram. If you don't practice the principles, it's not discipline. Remember, I told you wealth cannot be created without discipline. So if you're not a disciplined person, all the things you learn, read, take all the notes, it's not going to become a reality. So it's only happened in a mentorship relationship, because I told you that good teachers and mentors, they teach knowledge, they go to like what it is in school. Teachers and mentors, those people that professors, lecturers, they teach knowledge. I said great teachers and mentors, they explain knowledge. Those happen in the level of sewing clothes, carpentry, whereby the boss is observing, you're observing the boss to manifest what you observe. And I said mastermind mentors and teachers, they teach you how to create your own knowledge by yourself. So looking at it today, by the time you go to where great teachers do, those people that you observe, the carpenter, the way they beat those boys, because you want them to focus on the work. So it's only I will say something today that I don't want to jump the gun already. So I want you to understand that it's only what you observe that you practice, because you don't just whenever you practice a principle, like I said, it becomes a discipline. I said when you practice a principle, it becomes what? A discipline. And where do you practice it? You must observe it in a mentorship relationship. Mentorship is where you take the principles you learn in teachings and training and observe the practice of those principles. Write this one down. You don't need principles to succeed, but you need discipline to succeed. You don't need principle to succeed, but you need discipline to succeed. Principle is good, though. You can read all the books, but that will not make you successful. What will make you successful is discipline. Like I said, wealth cannot be created without discipline. You don't need principle to succeed, but you need discipline to succeed. There's a book we read, The Richest Man in Babylon, about Akkad. This guy told him his boss, and that actually mentored him. He told him about the principle, but he knew the principle. But you have to actually practice the principle to be successful. So I said you don't need principle to be successful, but you need discipline to be what? Successful. You don't need principle to be successful, but you need discipline to be what? Successful. So what makes people successful is not principle, it's the discipline or practice of the principle they know. That's why if you know something and you don't do it, you don't know it. And if you know something, verbally you can explain it, but when you want to act, you're acting differently. That means you're a double-minded man. You cannot get anything, because what you say is not for what you do. So at the conscious level, you can explain, but at the subconscious level is sabotaging you. So write this one down. I say you can memorize all the principles in the world. But until you practice the principle consistently to become a discipline, that's when you succeed. So you can memorize all the principles in the world, read all the books in the world, John Maxwell, Robert Kiyosaki, read all the principles in the world, cram it and memorize. So you can memorize all the principles in the world, but until you practice the principle consistently to become a discipline, that's when you succeed. You can memorize all the principles in the world, memorize the Bible in the world, memorize everything in the world, know everything in the world. You can memorize all the principles in the world until you practice the principle consistently to become a discipline. That's when you succeed. So if you know everything, know about prospecting rules, know everything until you practice it. So you need an accountability partner. You need a mentor. You need it's someone that will tell you, okay, do this, and you report to the person. Find somebody you can report to. Because until you practice it, I say you can memorize all the principles in the world, but until you practice the principle consistently to become disciplined, then you cannot succeed. That's when until you practice it consistently, that's when you succeed. You can memorize all the principles in the world, but until you practice the principle consistently to become disciplined, it becomes a discipline, and that's when you succeed. So you practice the principle consistently to become, that's what it becomes discipline. So a principle practice consistently develop discipline in you. What I want to develop 6 packs. That's what you want to do. You must practice that principle consistently to become disciplined. That's when you can actually succeed. Because God gives you everything in natural state. They give you the brain to develop that brain to use the natural things to bring anything you want to bring. So God give you 3. You're the one that will use your brain to actually discipline yourself to study carpentry, to produce wood, table, chairs, everything. So God give you crude oil. Yeah, now you go think God does give you everything natural. and give you a brain to develop that brain, to bring anything you want to bring. God gives you everything in natural. He allows you to create the world you want for yourself. Yesterday I put on the WhatsApp group, I said, you live in the world. You live in the story. How do I put it? You live in the world, you constantly crave. You live in the story. How do I put it, Mr. Wilson? Yesterday I put something in the WhatsApp group. I said, you live in the story you create for yourself. Okay, you live in the world of your story. How do I put yourself? You live in the world of the story. Create for yourself, whether positive or negative, by yourself. So any world you create is in your story, what you say, whether positive or negative. So you're the sum total of what you say about yourself. So it's not about saying, it's not about knowing, it's about this. That's why I can see so many intelligent broke people that if they open their mouth to talk and go to Plaza, you're here. You have a lot of them. They will tell the history of Akwa Ibom State. They tell all the newspaper when they bring it. They will tell you everything about that broke people. Go to where they do Niger bet. They will tell you the match they will play. They will analyze the match. Tell you every players, their wife, their children. When they start match, who will play this, who will play that, who will score this goal, and after everything, the players they play and they make the money. The observers of the people have in the world, you have the players and the observers, right? So are you a player or you're an observer? So the choice is yours. So you want to be an observer, congratulations. You want to be a player in any industry, congratulations. But the fact that be a player, tell me I'm a player in this industry. So don't just come and observe. We have tourists. We have industry tourists. They come to oil and gas. They came to tourists. They came to see what happened in oil and gas. They got their money put in oil and gas without no commitment. And they just go up the industry. They are politician tourists. We have business tourists. They just come to business to just give some trial. They are not ready to make any commitment. There are 3 levels of commitment. Number 1, you do what? You will try. Number 2, you will do your best. Number 3, you will do whatever it takes. That is when you know that you are a big player in the industry. Everybody that ever succeeds in the industry do whatever it takes. Messi, Dangote, Denuga, Tinubu did whatever it takes. He did whatever it takes, even to buy the INEC chairman. Bought everybody, whatever it takes. And that's the only way to succeed. I don't like him, but the fact that he's my president, what do I do? After accepting the way he is, and the life move on, right? So until you're making up your mind to do whatever it takes, so many intelligent broke people everywhere, they can analyze this industry, tell you everything, but regardless, check out your financial life. Nothing, not, because they lack discipline of what? Practice. Why do they lack discipline of practice? They don't have a mentor. They don't have an accountability partner in that thing they are doing. Show me a doctor who became a doctor satisfied that he not go to medical school and a doctor was in charge of him. Go show me a lawyer who never went to a law school that the lawyer was in charge of him for at least 1 year. And tell the truth. Show me this. Even I don't know what you want to do that you don't want someone to be in charge of you in that industry. Whether you're big, you're old, you're small, it doesn't matter. The fact that yield to mentorship so that you can actually be responsible to discipline. Tell me discipline. I can talk from now to tomorrow, inspire you, but you can leave this place and do not perform any of those activities because you don't want to do KPI, you don't want to summarize, you don't want to be disciplined, you want to do things the way you like. Show me a man who do anything the way he likes and succeed. Just show me one person. Even Aboki that sells suya, 4 o'clock is there. He's so disciplined to be there in season and out of season. Under the rain, under the sun, Aboki is there. Show me a Akara woman. I was passing through my estate this morning. I saw a Akara woman under the umbrella. Rain is falling. The woman is putting Akara. He's selling Akara. Discipline. Show me a guy working bank. Even the rain want to form brim and stone. They must go to bank. Discipline. Show me a man. Only thing that will make you succeed is discipline. You can know all the principles in this life. Without discipline, it's just as if you don't know anything. Because sometimes you're feeling it's not everybody you yield to. No, I understand. It may not be me, may not. Just find someone you can yield to. So you can have maximum. Even in church, pastor is giving instruction. As you want to become a general pastor, you want to be a pastor. You went to serve a man. The man said, do this, say you no go do. Do you know go? The pastor go vex and he has sabotaging the whole ministry. And tell the truth. So everything doesn't work without discipline. Even in school, why do school have timetable for you? Why do you have structures? Because knowledge must be structured to a cause for you to achieve that purpose. For you to bring your burning desire into material equivalent, you must follow discipline. You must generate energy, power. You must be disciplined enough to sit on your thinking chair. Use your sixth sense, use the power of imagination to make it a reality. If you like, no follow discipline. I can tell you, do it consistently. Just do it today, it will not do. Do it today, it will not do. You see, say you are still at the same point. It's like pushing a car up the hill, like I normally say. At the middle of the hill, you leave the car, you went to rest, and before you come back, the car has rolled back to the beginning again. It's like so anything you want to do, start and have discipline to complete it. Somebody said, I was talking to one of my mentees yesterday, and he said, The real problem with people is that they start a thought, they cannot complete their thought. They don't complete every thought they start in their brain. They start a thought, they start anything, they lack the discipline to complete everything they start. Today, they go to tailoring. Tomorrow, they're in mechanic. Next tomorrow, they are doing forex. Next one, they are doing cryptocurrency. Next week, they are doing real estate. Next one, they are doing, they're just so confused. I think one of my beautiful ladies said, if you lose focus, you can do, is it everything? Everything. If you lose focus, you can do everything. If you are confused, you do anything. If you are frustrated, you do nothing. After they will tell you, I've done 50 businesses. Really? And you're not succeeded in one. There's something wrong with you. Then I've done 20 businesses. I've done 50 network marketing. I've done everything. You've not succeeded in one. Something is wrong with you. You need to take you to psychiatric hospital, analyze the state of your mind. You lack discipline. Write this one down. I said it is difficult to practice what you hear and easier to practice what you see. It is difficult to practice what you hear and easier to practice what you see. It is difficult to practice what you hear and easier to practice what you see. It is difficult to practice what you hear and easier to practice what you see. It's difficult to practice what you hear and easier to practice what you see. It is difficult to practice what you hear and easier to practice what you see. Because you practice what you observe. You practice what you observe. It's difficult to practice what you hear and easier to practice what you see. Because you practice what you observe. I'll give you an example. There's this scripture I love so much, Jeremiah 1 verse 8. It says, this book of the law shall not depart from your mouth. Joshua 1 verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart from your mouth. You shall meditate upon it day and night and observe. That guy was observing Moses. That's when you have good success. Without the observation, look at he was observing. All of them, look at Elisha now. Observe Elijah. All of them observing. Disciples observe Christ. One day they were just preaching, and one guy gone, Peter just come on like, bam, cut. They say, no, maybe that kind of spirit you carry. Carry them, put them back. Maybe that kind of spirit you carry, Guys watching them. They were observing. One day they were going after to preach. They told him, so, guy, you must pay tax. And Jesus Christ told them, they want to say, okay, I told you one day, with this training, Jesus Christ was a big boy, so rich kid, right? So the guy was a big dude, He had this entourage with him every time. 12 able men, general entrepreneurs who were successful in their business. So he now convinced those men to join him in the ministry. So they joined. So each time he goes to the entourage. So the guy has 12 guys around him, 12 big men, family men, So they just show up, say, must we pay tax? They want to be serious and Mona, calm down. Let me show you this. He said, oh, call fire. He said, no, don't call fire like that now. Don't be that kind of spirit carried. Relax. Chile. The guy, they were just observing the young man, And one day they went to preach. They said, you must pay tax. They said, Peter, now come, go hustle. Go bring that thing, come. That's what we sabi do. That's your skill, Go reason and come. Move. They bring the who picture. They say, Caesar. I said, okay, give Caesar what belongs to Caesar. They give it, pay. The guy move on. But the guy no one unnecessary, everything come for. Let it no come distract them from purpose when they go. The guy came to recruit men back to his kingdom. Yes or yes? What am I trying to say? They were only successful because they observed that guy for 3 years. So 3 years, you need 10,000 hours to gain mastering in anything you want to do. 10,000 hours to gain mastering. 3 years to get mastering. 3 to 5 years, you're good to go. So if you're observing something for 1 year, 2 years, you don't have a result. That means you are not disciplined to follow all the instructions given to you. Show me a man who does KPI every day, key performance indicator every day, consistently reporting what he does and improving every day by 1%. Today you send text message, tomorrow do 11. Next tomorrow do 12. Increase at 1%. If just add one number every day, Monday to Friday, show me that man that will not succeed. I can tell you it's about consistent taking and report that thing. I have to talk to my mastermind, let them say this thing why they do give you now. I wish I get person who do and give me. I know where for them because reason I'm already a passionate, driven person. I don't like to share my energy. I'm extremist, so I do things to extreme. So if I don't want to do extreme, I don't start them. I know as my life be. You see this business I do I'm extreme. I can come in Monday to Sunday. That's what I even do. Nothing matters to me in the world. I care nothing. And that is the only way to succeed in anything. You must be obsessed. Find something you must be obsessed. Impact, create. When we pursue money, I know as I obsessed. I'm not saying anybody now, but I pursue. I get that. This one with the show like this, we never start. You think the world is too small for us. The world is our stage. We never start to until I get people 10, 20, I don't need 20, 21, yes, 21 leaders, 21, yeah, that can be doing that KPI every day. It doesn't matter whether you have what it takes or not. You are disciplined to follow that instruction. I'm good to go. I'm good to go. The world is our stage. 3 million is sure every day. 90 million is sure every month. The sky is our starting point. So I need people that can be disciplined. They're not disciplined. You know, and they told you, they lied to you, self-destructing Bob. You can do this thing anyhow. Show me a man that do anything anyhow and succeed. You know, when you come to this door, say, I'm my boss. I'm my boss. Nothing, no. Find somebody, yield, though. Yield, though. It's not forever. It's just for a minute of time. If you do this thing well, within a year, you are set up. I'm telling you nothing but the truth. Write this one down. Why it looks like what you hear is not working. Why it looks like what you hear is not working is because you have not seen the practice of what you hear. Why it looks like what you hear is not working in your life, in your business, is that you've not seen the practice of what you hear. Why it looks like what you hear is not working for you. Why it looks like what you hear is not working for you is that it's because you have not seen the practice of what you hear. The day you see the practice of what you hear, everything is finished. You can easily copy it. So why it looks like what you hear every morning is not working for you is that you have not observed. You've not seen the practice of what you do. The day you start doing the right thing, you have the right result. If you're ignorant, you do the wrong thing. If you're ignorant, you have the wrong result. If you're right, it's not about why you're ignorant of the consequences of what you're doing. You don't exempt from the consequences of it. But you like you put hand inside the fire now, fire will not, why will it burn you? I said, why it looks like what you hear is not working for you is because you've not seen, you've not observed the practice of what you hear. I said, counsel does not take much teaching, but a statement. Counsel, somebody counseling you, he does counsel. The word of counsel, counseling. What's so counsel is wisdom. Counsel does not take much teaching, but he take a statement. That means somebody can counsel you, just give you one word like this statement, just statement, 1 or 2, 3 statements, But the practice of that counsel, you must need discipline to practice it. That what makes the difference. A counsel does not take much teaching, but a statement. Every counsel you go, marital counseling, religious counseling, doesn't take much teachings, but a statement. Counsel does not take much teaching, but a statement. Because we already know what will make counsel work is the discipline you practice, not practice. That will make it work. So write this one now. I say you cannot see what you are seeing, but you can see what I'm doing. You cannot see what you are seeing. You can see what I'm doing. That's what people observe. You cannot see what you are seeing. Yes, you can see what I'm doing. You cannot see what I'm saying, but you can see what I'm doing. So you must observe somebody to do what is. The carpenter can give the boy instructions until the boy see the carpenter practice that thing he's doing. You can go to medical school, read all the books you want to read. Until you go to that 1 year housemanship, or what they call it. Is it internship or housemanship? Which one? Housemanship. Until you go to that 1 year housemanship to see and observe you're in charge. Do the surgery practically. You can teach everything on the board. These cups, what they call the thing itself, what the doctor use, what they call the one they call it. These cups in the hospital, cadaver. Until they take you to cadaver to open it, you go understand. Because you can talk everything, you can hear the theory, but this is the practical. I'm not just seeing it. On the discipline to practice the practical. Now be the solution. Why is it that we are not having much result? Is the discipline part. To win the war mind and physically manifest and also do the daily accountability. Again, number one, as you can read all the rich dad, poor dad, you can read all those books and all the theories, but until you, because you are not in that circumstances. In fact, the rich dad, poor dad, the Robert Kiyosaki, the biological father was a poor guy there, right? He was a professor, right? So the rich father was his friend. He was his friend. So until he saw the friends, observe the guy. He will not be able. Until he is accountable, he will not be able. Write this one. For you to be wealthy, you must have these 3 levels of knowledge. We're going to end it today. Oh, my time is even up, so we can't even go there. This training don't carry us to part 4. I said, for you to be wealthy, you must have 3 levels of knowledge. I was also mentioning the 3 levels of knowledge, but I don't want to rush it in a haste. Tomorrow is Friday, right? And after 3 levels of knowledge, we'll talk about 4 logic of wealth education. So tomorrow's topic will just be 3 levels of knowledge that will help you. We'll just not go back here. We'll just continue from 3 levels of knowledge and four logic of wealth education. Four logic. There are four logic here: the logic of wealth creation, the logic of entrepreneurship, the logic of business, and one other more. So, and then tomorrow we just start from three levels of knowledge. So, for you to actually have the strategy for your business to grow, you must work with the three framework, which is the vision, mission, and what core values. And all these things all these things you learn today is all through teaching and training. It gives you an awareness of what can happen, of the possibilities in your life. But for that awareness, that principles to become manifest in your life, you must engage in a relationship that will give you this, because a relationship discipline is formed in a relationship. So, and then for you to become wealthy, you must create a community. Tell them community. Community is what brings wealth. So without community, forget about wealth. Everybody that ever succeeded, you see Dangote community, oil and gas industry community, they must succeed because God did not deposit all the treasure in one person. God deposit different so that we can always. No one else succeed in isolation. No one succeed in isolation. So you teach the ignorant, you advise the wise. Advice require knowledge to practice. Okay, so we'll just continue from there tomorrow because of my time. So, and then tomorrow is our event now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's close this online program before we go to that one. So let's do it for Zoom. Okay, the YouTube people on Zoom, if you'll find it difficult to succeed in business without a mentor. Get a mentor to succeed in business.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Okay, let's go to our us here. So